Indian part. Let me be very brief on my subject. About the Indian part and Tamil Eelam issue, that even if Sri Lanka agrees on independent Tamil Eelam, India will not agree. India has got its own problem. India has got a lot of nationality issues within inside, and it is facing problem in Kashmir, Punjab, Nagaland, Manipur, Assam, and Thirumurugan, so many states. Even in Tamil Nadu, there are calls for independent state, because in India, in principle don't agree. It has got ethnic nationalities inside, and the present right-wing government, they are very vocal that there is no nationality, there is no linguistical ethnic divides are there inside. So it is a kind of in a way that it's a larger symbolized state kind of thing. It's again that kind of a thing. So you can't expect such kind of a democratic debate inside India. And coming to the self-determination point, looking at Tamil Eelam part, the decolonization is completed only when Tamil Eelam bounds out Sri Lanka, because the rulers, that's the colonial rulers, handed over the power to their collaborators in the Sri Lanka ruling class, and it has been handed over to them and formed a right-wing government inside Sri Lanka. The constitution is also of that kind, and that has been progressed, and that executed the genocidal ambition along, also served the purpose of colonial rulers, also in support of Western forces. To look at the 2009 war, it is without the support of India, UK, US, and also China, Pakistan, this war would have not possible for Sri Lanka to win the Tamil. So this is a kind of a war which has got at least 20 countries supported the Sri Lankan government, endorsed the Sri Lankan government for their own regional interest, and this war is being conducted. So Sri Lanka as a single state don't have a capacity to commit a genocide inside Sri Lanka. I mean on Tamil, because LTT was so powerful, could able to challenge this the singular military, both technically as well as in a way that it can tactically. So without the support of Western forces, this would have not been possible. There are a lot of accounts, a lot of reports that's been coming out that the direct involvement of the British intelligence and the American intelligence, and at one point of time, British Keeny services, the private army, get down to the Tamil areas in 1980 and killed at least, it's been indicatively said that about 5,000 youth Tamils been killed by the British intelligence, British forces, that is the private army. So the person who went as a mercenary written a book, how he involved in the killing. So we have to look at the self-determination to be precisely when the WTO agreements are coming into the force after the Nairobi failure, because there is another angle which we want our comrades, our friends to put forward their ideas into it, because now the world order is not only onto the military perspective, it's also in the economic perspective, when the WTO agreements is being signed and approved in the Nairobi thing, where the third world countries lost the Doha Development Agreement agenda. So now the different world order is going to come in place. So now it's all become a market, whether the imperialist forces or the superpowers will allow a country, allow a market to divide into different markets. So we have to look at that perspective as well, as because people, the nationalities are people who are looking for rights over their resources and things like that, should have the power to regulate the economies where they live. Otherwise, it will be really difficult, because the resources and the market is being sold outrightly to the larger economies. So we have to see the self-determination from the other point of view. In specific to the Tamil Eelam issue, the entire Tamil Eelam and the resource of Tamil Eelam would be sold out to the Western interest if they don't have a sovereignty over their land. It is the same for Western Sahara, it is the same for Kashmir, it is the same for Nagaland, it is the same for Kurdistan, Palestine, for everybody. So we have to create our own system of governing our own resources. Otherwise, it will be really difficult to survive in this different world that is going to come in place post 2017. Because we are talking about the human rights issues in this forum. There are going to be another forum that's coming up in the economic forum, which is going to be a different platform where we are not prepared to have our fight in there. So we are looking at self-determination. Determination means independence. We cannot get out of the other cycle where our people are subjected again to genocide. If our rule of right, ruling us is given to the singular state. So, and also if you look at formation of new states is being at the mercy of the international superpowers for their geopolitical interests. If the right to self-determination is not given to the people democratically, then it will be played at the hands of the superpower, and the superpower will play their war or a cold war, whatever it is, at the cost of our life. So we cannot allow this for the superpowers to play their game on our people or our children. So to make our children life to be the happier one, or at least if they want to live, if they want to live in peace, then we have to acquire the power of right to self-determination and especially independence. We want to be very clear on that independence, because we know how kind of a de facto or self-determination kind of thing can also be overruled. We are seeing it in Kashmir, we are seeing it in Northeast, in India. So a powerful army, powerful government, powerful economy can overrun a territory, overrun the people, those who have a self-determination also, but without having a proper military setup, it will be overrun by them. So we have to look at this self-determination from different perspectives, because world order is changing and it is becoming more grim. Is something that we want to address it, because we've been sold out. The Tamil ethnic people inside India or the other nations have been sold out to the WTO without getting approval in the parliament. We have been called as the largest democracy in India, but our rights, our resources are sold out. And we Tamils don't have any rights to our resources, same as for Malayalis, same as for Telugu, same as for Marathas, same as for Kannadigas. So many nationalities inside India don't have any control over the resources. Despite it's called as Indian Union, or despite they're calling us a federal state, despite Kashmir have got a better land control than Tamils inside India, but they could be able to stop it because militarization is still